Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for checking in. My name is Chase. Welcome to the Rocky Mountain YouTube channel. Today we have the Blaze Adventure Helmet from LS2. So this is really the budget-friendly entry-level helmet in their adventure lineup. You're going to be sub 200 bucks, but there's still some cool features that are built into this that we're going to go through and we're going to talk about. So we're going to go through, we'll highlight those features and help you decide if this should be your next helmet. Now, before I do talk about some of the features, we'll talk about fit real quick. So I've tried this on in a size medium. It's a comfortable helmet. So the fitment for me was true to size. I also noticed too, it's pretty lightweight for an adventure helmet, even with the drop down sun visor, which we'll show you. It came in about 3 pounds 5, 3 pounds 6 ounces right in there in a size medium, which is pretty dang light for an adventure helmet that does have a drop down sun visor as well. So for all day comfort, I think this thing is going to be really nice. Now I'll give you a little 360 view here. Keep in mind, we do have a fit guarantee. If you buy one of these helmets, if you're not happy with how it fits, you can send it back in brand new, unused condition. We want to make sure you're happy with how your helmet fits, so we give you free shipping both ways on your first exchange. Now you're going to be DOT and ECE compliant. So what's kind of unique about LS2 helmets is they use their KPA construction, which stands for Kinetic Polymer Alloy. And what's kind of unique about this construction that they're using is that it has a lot of flex to it, more than just your normal, your typical motorcycle helmet shells that we're used to seeing. So I can even take this and kind of press on the chin bar, and you can see it's just got a lot of give to it. And that's what's kind of unique about KPA. And the reason for that is that they say that having that shell just have a little bit more flex and give to it, they say it's going to help absorb more energy when you do have an impact. So if you look at the Subverter, their motocross helmet, the same concept, they use the same KPA. That helmet's got a lot of give, a lot of flex to it. And they just say that that's just going to do a great job of absorbing impact if that does happen. Now also what's nice too is that there are 3 shell sizes in this helmet, which from a fit standpoint is nice. That's going to help get the best fits possible depending on the size that you have. Also, if you do end up in the smaller shell size, that just means that you're not going to be having to carry around additional weight from extra EPS or comfort liner on the inside. So as far as venting goes, we'll talk about that first. So you've got a vent right here on the mouth guard. You've got a vent here along the chin bar area. No vents, or excuse me, you do have these 2 small vents right up here just underneath your visor. And then if you flip it around and look at the back here, you got the exhaust vents up here on the top, and then you've got a couple down here on the bottom. Now, one thing I do want to point out is between this and the the Explorer Adventure helmet that LS2 has, that's going to be the premium offering. You're over 300 bucks for that helmet. But looking at the two, one of the big differences between them is the venting on the Explorer. You have quite a bit more, and all the vents on the Explorer will open and close, so it allows you to control the climate better on the Explorer, but you do jump up quite a bit in price. But just a couple things to note there. Now, as far as the shield goes, what's nice is that the shield is optically correct. So you've got your tab right down here at the bottom. And what I also do like is that when I pop that open, is that when you close it, you get a nice crisp locking sound. You can feel that thing lock down, so you know that that's not going to want to come up on you when you are at higher speeds. And when I do open that, raise it up, so you do have a detent up here at the very tip top just to keep that open. Nice wide eye port. They do say that this is compatible with goggles, so if you are going to be maybe hitting the dirt a little bit more and you want to rock a set of goggles, you can see with the visor right here, because you have this gap, it would allow you to get a goggle strap going around the helmet. So kind of nice that they do give you that option. All right, pop that down real quick. Another nice little feature too on that shield is that it is pin lock ready. Now the pin lock shield will not come included. It does with the Explorer, but if you're not familiar with pin lock, it's an anti-fogging system. It works really well. We see it on a lot of premium helmets. So you would buy the pin lock piece that actually just attaches to these pins on the shield. And what it does, just like say a dual pane window, it separates the warm air from the cold air. So it does a great job of combating fog. So that is an option if you want to pick that up. Just remember, it does not come with the helmet. All right, now moving on to the actual visor. So with the visor, you've got cutouts on here to help this thing flow some air. It is adjustable. If I had one little gripe here is that when I loosen these screws up here to adjust it, so you can see when I move it forward or up and down, it'll move, but because it doesn't actually pivot right here on the side, when I pull that down, it just wants to go right back to where it was. So in order to adjust that, you'd have to pull down on the visor and then hold it there while you tighten those screws down. So it is adjustable. It's not the best system that I've seen, but you've got about an inch of adjustability with that. And if you do want to, you could take the visor off. You just undo these screws here on the side. However, they don't give you any side plates to cover that up. So just know that you would have some exposure there if you were to take that off. But if you're gonna be hitting a long stretch of pavement or maybe doing some street riding and you wanna take the visor off because you don't want that thing catching the wind, again, you could take that off if you didn't want to. All right, so that's your outside. Last thing I gotta show you, drop down sun visor, which again, I think is nice because at this price point, again, sub 200 bucks, that's a nice feature. Some riders like a drop down sun visor, some don't. Some would rather just rock a pair of sunglasses or have a tinted shield on there. It's totally up to the rider, but I kind of like them. You know, if you're riding, if you got the sun in your eyes, you want to just drop that thing down and then just pop it right back up. So the way you actuate that is right here. So I just take that, pull it back to drop it down, push it forward. You have a stainless steel cord on the inside that is actuating that whole system. Only thing that you might notice here is that with this being right here, right at the bottom of the helmet on the side, is a Bluetooth communicator. If you have one of those and you're using the clamshell style mount that would go between the shell, you might have an issue with this. But if you did have, say, just an adhesive back clamp you could put up here above that, not going to be an issue. So that is one thing to be mindful of, is what style clamp are you using on your Bluetooth communicator. All right, so now we'll take a look at the inside here. So the chin straps, quick release. All I got to do is just take this red tab, pull on it, and that allows this ratchet to come out. That actually is a really nice feature. When you're riding, if you have gloves on, you're gonna be able to find that little red tab and pull on it. You don't have to worry about trying to get the strap through a D-ring. You don't have to take your gloves off to do it. So nice little touch there with that. And then you're gonna have your comfort liner on the inside. It's a nice, soft feeling comfort liner. It's moisture wicking. You can take this thing out, you can hand wash it, let it air dry, then you can put it back in there. So last little thing to note is that this helmet will come with a chin skirt. So in colder weather conditions, if you're trying to keep as much air out of the helmet as possible, you can install that chin skirt to help you do that. And I do want to point out, last comparison between this and the Explorer helmet that I was talking about is that when you look at the neck roll on this helmet versus the Explorer's cheek pads does encompass or kind of close down more around the bottom of the rider's head and the jaw area. So it is going to do a better job of keeping out that wind noise. So we'll give you a direct comparison side-by-side shot of the two so you see exactly what I'm talking about. So at higher speeds, if you want a helmet that's going to be as quiet as possible, then I'd also check out the Explorer. But again, if you do have questions or comments about this helmet, we love to get those answered for you. So make sure to leave your comments or questions below. If you have the Blaze, let's hear your feedback. What do you like? What do you dislike about it? It's going to help other riders out. To grab yours, click on the link ahead over to RockyMountain-ATVMC.com. Multiple colorways to choose from. These are going to ship for free. All orders over 75 bucks due. And of course, if you like this video and you want to see more like it, get subscribed to the Rocky Mountain YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell. That'll keep you up to date. I'm Chase. We'll see you on the trails.